President-elect Trump's cabinet as our next president of the United States prepares for his transition into the White House. More speculation over who will help him in the Oval Office. Ric Grenell is one of the names circulating as a possible UN secretary. That is according to our own Charlie Gasparino. The former U.S. spokesman to the UN and Fox News contributor joins me now. You want to give us any hints, any clues? Are you talking to anyone about potential jobs in the administration?
I got nothing for you, Melissa, but thanks for having me. Obviously, I will do anything and everything I can to help Donald Trump. I'm still in celebration mode. This is amazing. Republicans are going to have the House, the Senate, the White House. We have to implement the change agenda. We have to dial back everything that the Obama administration has done.
Let me ask you about some of those details, because I follow you on Twitter, and you were banging the drum every single day. You were relentless in what you were saying. One of the things I want to ask you about, the Iran nuclear deal. So there's a lot of conversation about how hard this is going to be to peel back. Some people say it wasn't a real treaty, so you can just wipe it out. Other people say, and I think this makes sense, that a lot of international banks and international companies were dying to go rushing into Iran and to make money. They've done that, and to chase them out is impossible.
A couple of points. One, I was very concerned when the Obama administration went to the Security Council, abandoned all of the previous resolutions that we had worked very hard to implement. By the way, getting Russia on board with Iran sanctions consecutively, we started that. The Obama administration didn't do anything for the first 18 months. Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, let the pressure off. So I have heard from multiple diplomats that this new deal is not being enforced. We hear a lot from the Europeans that full implementation should be done. And that's code word for, you know, if the Iranians are not abiding by this deal, there needs to be consequences. I can tell you one thing, that diplomats up at the UN are very frustrated that there are no consequences when the United States says something and others don't do it. The Syrian red line, for instance. North Korea is another issue. But the Iranian issue in particular, we just now heard that there's a violation again by the IAEA saying that Iran has gone above the heavy water limit. That immediately should cause not only the Europeans but everybody on the Security Council to implement some sort of hand slapping, some sort of sanctions. The reason why that's not being done is the United States is not leading it.
So what would you like to see Donald Trump do right now? What action should he take?
Well, first of all, I think that he should call for full implementation of the agreement, and any time that the Iranians violate it, there should be immediate consequences. We now have a Congress that's going to be willing to do it and a White House that won't stand in the way. So I think you can immediately put U.S. sanctions. You're right about the global sanctions being a bigger issue. Having U.S. sanctions is a problem. We're starting over. There's no question about it. But one thing in particular that I will say, I don't believe that the European and the Asian banks are seeing a rush in to help Iran. I think there's still a hesitancy. There has been a hesitancy to say, we don't know who's coming after Barack Obama. We don't want to get caught with doing this business in Iran, but then being penalized, not being able to do any business with U.S. Commerce or U.S. businesses. So we have a tool there to shut down European and Asian banks pretty quickly from choosing either do business with Iran or do business with us.
It's a very interesting point of view, Rick. I look forward to seeing more of that. Thank you so much.